Hey, what's up guys? Danny and Alex. In this video, I'm going to show you guys a few exercises you can use solo
for Jiu-Jitsu.
Alright guys, so what we're going to do is show you guys a few exercises, maybe 3 or 4 to start, for limbering up. Alright, so it's always important, whether you do Jiu-Jitsu with gi or no gi, mixed martial arts, to always start to limber up before you do more specific type of exercises. Alright, so I like to stretch the hamstrings, the glutes, the lower back in every single workout session that I teach. Every time I teach a class, I always make sure that there's some form of hamstring and back stretching exercise included. Alright, so the first one we're going to show you here is the leg swing. So what Alex is going to do is take a step back. I'm going to have him demonstrate each exercise as I speak through them. Okay, so Alex, you ready? So raise your feet to your hand and just keep going 5 times. So that is going to be the leg swing. So notice here on this type of format, we're not really touching the ground. Once he gets going, he just swings his leg like a pendulum and reaches up to touch his hand. All right, so of course we're starting out to warm up. We don't want to go super high. Even if you are that limber, just go about half to 3/4 of the way that your flexibility allows. The reason why is it's called a warm-up. Too many times when I teach classes, I see students, especially younger ones, they'll always try to do a little extra, and that is not necessarily the right thing to do when we're warming up. Okay, so it is called a warm-up. All right, so just like an engine of a car, you want to warm it up for 5 to 10 minutes before you get going in the winter time. Same thing with your body. You want to take care of it. So this will prolong your career in sports, in martial arts, okay, if you take care of it, your body. So now, Alex, do on the opposite leg 5 times. See, Alex is way more flexible than this, but he's warming up. So this is the first exercise, very cold. Right now it's the winter time here in our area. So we always want to use some light stretching, okay? This is a dynamic type of stretch. It's not a static stretch. So we always want to make sure that we don't pull the muscle before we get started. All right, the second exercise we want to talk about now is the lunge and overhead reach. Now, we use lunges as a calisthenic leg exercise. It's a great exercise, but on this one, we're not going to necessarily work the endurance in the leg muscles. This one is just more a lunge, so we can start to stretch the quadricep and our back. All right, so Alex is going to demonstrate the lunge and overhead stretch. Nice and slow, and come back. Hold it a little bit longer every time. Yes, at least 2 seconds. Nice and stretch, and back. 2 more on each side. So every time he takes a step back, now he's stretching the quadricep and the hip, as well as the lats and the back, because he's reaching towards the ceiling. All right, so the lunge with an overhead reach is a great exercise to start stretching yourself before training sessions. Okay, exercise number 3. Now Alex is going to get into a plank position, like a push-up. Okay, and now he's going to take a deep step with one leg and really stretch the groin muscles. Once again, the hip flexors, okay, his quadricep. Also, we're also warming up the area where the knee and the ankle is, and then coming back. Nice and slow, we'll switch sides. Very good, hold it there for at least 3-4 seconds, and come back. And we'll keep on alternating 5 times on each side with this. All right, this is a great warm-up exercise to start to limber up before more specific exercises. All right, one more. This one, we're really going to open up the groin muscles, the hips, all right? Hip flexibility is super important. Getting that mobility in the joints, that's our core, that's our center, right? So we use this a lot because we're going to do throws, we're going to do a lot of guard, you might even invert. There's a lot of stuff that starts from your hips, okay? So now, if you have flexible hips, even if you're not as flexible with your legs and your upper body, you'll be able to get out of positions much more easily. Okay, so the next exercise I'm going to show you guys, get into a squat position, Alex. Now reach for your ankles with both hands, and now do a deep sumo squat, exactly like this, and hold it there for a few seconds and return back up. Don't let go of the ankles, and then start the rep again. Beautiful, hold it there. Now, this one really opens up the hip flexors, stretches your lower body, all right, even the flexibility in your ankles as well. All right, so you're very stiff in the lower body. This is a great exercise to practice. You might not go as low as Alex. He's very flexible, but go as far as comfortable and hold each position. The important thing is when you do these exercises, if it's the first time you try them out, is to always go slow. Always go slow. Never go too dynamic into these types of stretches. This is very opposite than the leg stretch or the leg swing we showed you in the first exercise. These are more like want to control them, okay? All right, so for the next portion of this video, guys, we're going to get into more jiu-jitsu specific style of exercises, okay? So the first one I'm going to show you guys, this is one of Alex's favorite exercises to do. All right, he does this during, before, after classes. All right, it's the inversion drill. All right, a lot of times it's referred to as the Granby Roll. All right, we're rolling to our side. So Alex is going to demonstrate he's really good at this one. So what you want to do is have a seated position. And now he's going to roll to his side by reaching behind his back and rolling slowly onto his shoulder and coming back down to a starting position. So once again, Alex on the opposite side, go slow and come back. All right, now let's do 2 times on each side, regular speed. There's 1 and 2 more. That's his inversion. And this one really stretches the back muscles, glutes, hamstrings, and your neck. All right, so when you do this exercise, it's really important if it's your first time, just like any other exercise, especially when we get to the jiu-jitsu specific type of drills. You want to make sure that if it's your first time, you watch the video carefully and look at the details of how they're done. All right, of course, this is not a tutorial on how to do every single exercise. All right, on Alex's channel, just search for Alex the Prodigy and inverted guard. He's got a tutorial specifically on how to break down this movement. So check that out. I'm even going to link this in the description section below so you guys make it easy and click on it and watch that if you have a hard time with this move. But if you've done this one before, you're probably aware this is a great exercise to start limbering up. This is why I call them jiu-jitsu specific warm-ups. All right, so the next exercise we're going to talk about is talking about the sit-through exercise. Sometimes we refer to these as sit-outs, but I'm going to call it a sit-through here simply because when we do sit-outs, we're usually on all fours and we go side to side, left to right to warm up. But this one here is going to be a knee cross type of pass, okay? So we're knee sliding to the left and then knee sliding to the right. So we're going to call this one a sit through. So Alex is going to get on all fours, but no knees, right? Just your toes from here. So imagine that you want to do a knee cross pass to the right side, Alex, and just start to slide, boom, and then come back to center. All right, of course, we're not completing the pass. We're just mimicking how we would start to knee slide to one side and the other. Go again, boom, and then come back. Now do it 4 times, go. 1, 2, and this is mimicking. You always want to visualize what you're doing. You're in between the legs and you're passing the opponent's legs by sliding your knee across, all right? So this is a great exercise specifically to warm up for the movements that you're gonna do in your jiu-jitsu. All right, the next one, let's talk about this. Alex, get on all fours. And now we're going to do the long step. He's going to go from left to right side. Now start slow. He's going to long step to one side, return back to center, and now drop the elbow to the opposite side to long step on the opposite side as well. So once again, long step here, and switch, long step again. Okay, do 2 more. 1 and 2. Those are our long step, guys. This is a type of guard pass that we use in jiu-jitsu, and this is good to limber up your back, your hips, all right, just to get activation going before your training session. Okay, next one, let's show them one more. The technical stand-up, guys. Alex, have a seated position facing the camera. All right, lean onto one side. Now, when we do the technical stand-up, most of you watching this have probably done this before, but just in case, what's very important now is to raise ourselves off the ground by putting the majority of our weight onto the palm that's on the ground, his right palm, as well as his opposite foot, all right, in a diagonal right there. So in this case, if you start to lean towards your right side, your weight is going to be on your right palm and your left foot. Now notice how his left leg is floating underneath him. What he's going to do is bring this foot underneath his hips and stand up in base. All right, now he's going to post to the mat and do everything in the opposite fashion. Now towards me, up and under into a standing position, and now he returns by posting to the mat and switching side. Now, once you get this movement, the technical stand-up, you use this to warm up more specifically for jiu-jitsu. All right, so Alex, let's do 3 on each side. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 more, 5, 1 more, 6. Excellent, great job. So there you have it, guys. Easy to do, simple stuff. Practice at home. If you have an area where you can move the coffee table out of the way, maybe you have a little area with some mats, or in your basement, your garage. Okay, until the gym reopens, here's a few limbering exercises to use. We hope you enjoyed this type of content. Leave us a thumbs up. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button right below if you haven't so already. Until next time,
We'll see you guys in the next video.
take care.